105 seconds of startup. I know these are only the graphics in the intro and ending and the actual graphics aren't as good, but the fact they could show these graphics in the PS2 game is astounding. Come with me as I get consumed by this tidal wave. Yeah, he's definitely drowning. Oh, hello, Sonic.exe. Sora just cut his arm holding the sword like this. These stones just fell through the platform. Cinderella's hair is blood, not brown. Great, force tutorials. The way they word this makes it sound like dying isn't all that bad. Sora should be more terrified about running across a skinny bridge with no guardrails over a bottomless pit. Sora shouldn't regain his balance this easily. He's as good as dead. It was all a dream, or was it, cliche?
I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
Of course you would. He's out in the open.
What was your hometown like?
I don't remember.
Because of course you don't.
I guess I'm the only one working on the raft.
Sora and Kairi are jerks to Riku. Kairi's gonna lose this race for sure. Because we were definitely supposed to know that this part of the background was the cloth we needed. These kids love child abuse. Riku was a cheap fight for this point in the game, even if he is optional.
But how far could a raft take us?
Just far enough to be eaten by sharks or killed by a storm.
I've always wondered why we're here, on this island. We could have just as easily ended up somewhere else, right?
Riku would be good at sitting real life. 3D world with 2D backdrop. These brooms walking by in the background is enough for them to be registered in the journal later. What's the point of this gigantic heavy door if the real door is much smaller? Sora can catch up with these fish. Sora is a jerk to the seagull that laid this egg. After all these years, this chalk drawing didn't fade. I'm not sure this water's good for drinking after we were in it. Down and Goofy can understand what language this letter's in.
Jiminy Cricket at your service.
And I'm gonna appear in like 4 cutscenes in this entire game.
Meanwhile, we're in other worlds. We can't let on where we're from.
This franchise literally never explains why. How does Sora hang those 2 dolls up there? Sora sleeps in his normal outfit.
Sora, dinner's ready.
For some reason, my instincts tell me to send this.
Now we can go to the outside world.
Our world is being destroyed, isn't it great?
We may never see our parents again.
So we should just leave them worried?
Sora.
Wow, I've never heard such great acting since Shark Boy and Lava Girl. This giant piece of destruction is a joke when put up against someone who only just started using the Keyblade. Oh, and if you die against bosses, you can't simply restart the battle. You get teleported to outside the room where you fought them.
Ah! This isn't a dream.
Unless you're dreaming of a dog jumping on you. I'm pretty sure Titus wasn't this tall. Are Huey, Dewey, and Louie even old enough to run a shop by themselves? This place has not Mad Hatter as its mascot. I love this Gizmo shop's design.
Why would it choose a kid like you?
Leon is a jerk to Sora. How does everyone keep kicking Leon's butt? This fight's near impossible for this place. I'd complain more if it wasn't optional.
Now you're gonna...
This felt completely forced. I think Yuffie's coming on to us.
think you
Then
might
again,
have overdone it,
I'm okay
Squall.
with... what? The lip syncing really
on here?
hasn't aged well. Aerith's
Everything
having the
changed.
same conversation with our soon-to-be teammates as Leon and Yuffie, not only in the same hotel,
The ones
but
who
in the very
attacked
next
you,
room.
you remember?
The fact that you can skip cutscenes is definitely an improvement over the original version of this game.
But we need them to come with us to have us find the kid.
You're whispering pretty loudly, Donald. Jump scare. All these villains from different worlds must know about other worlds. And those worlds aren't exploding or whatever just because they're known about.
Either way, he could be quite useful.
How? Game turns into Star Fox. The movie explained why Alice fell slowly. Her dress blew up like a parachute, which to be fair was weird by today's standards because it sexualized an 11-year-old girl.
Must you be so loud? You woke me up.
I've seen the movie, and I know that the doorknob didn't have a sleeping disorder.
Good night.
How did they get that wrong? Hear that? It's really unclear what that sound is. It took until Recoded for me to learn that was Goofy when I noticed him spamming it. And it took until Kingdom Hearts 3 to find out that he was saying BAM.
I'm on trial.
You couldn't tell by how this area is laid out like a courtroom?
This girl is the culprit. Because I say so, that's why.
The Queen was bratty in the movie, but not this insufferable.
We should help her out.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling?
In case you haven't noticed, a young girl is about to get executed. I'm pretty sure that's worse than whatever stupid consequence could come from meddling. Some cutscenes are just text boxes, especially in Wonderland. That makes this game look really lazy. To interact with certain things, you must defeat every nearby Heartless. How does someone get claw marks into a box? And who gift wraps them? The Queen is even more insufferable than we thought. She deserved more comeuppance than she ended up getting. Now she's stupid enough to tell us what we need to do. Shut up, you old hag! Why is this battle so cheap for this point? Now we have to find Alice. But where are we supposed to bring her? Back here where she'll die? How do these Dalmatians get back to Traverse Town? Guess this royal order isn't so important after all. Couldn't 2 of the most recognizable characters in the movie at least have a bit more screen time? Trickmaster is literally a filler boss. This is an annoying fight because you have to keep jumping to hit him. especially if he destroys the table. To return to Worlds at this point, you must go through long gummy ship segments you already beat. The pillars aren't in front of the entrance like they should be. And let us welcome the world that Nomura is obsessed with constantly bringing back, especially since completionists spend more time here than the others. Hercules is a good movie, but not one of the better ones, so why is it so deserving of being the most represented movie? It's barely even represented at Disney World.
I gotta spruce this place up for the games.
Why do you have to sound sarcastic when you say games? It's kinda jarring. This sign says closed, yet the speech bubble says do not enter, which practically mean the same thing, but still.
So run along, pipsqueaks.
Honestly, Phil is probably my least favorite Hercules character. Phil looks more like a pig than a satyr. These are a decent way to level grind, but this part's a difficulty spike. Dog abuse.
That's just something you'll have to find out for yourselves. Just the way that I did.
Hercules didn't truly learn how to be a real hero until the end of the movie, and if the sequels are anything to go by, that hasn't happened yet.
I still can't believe that Squirt actually beat Cerberus.
Phil's acting stinks.
I'd already worn Cerberus down by the time the little guy jumped in.
Well, that's not insulting at all. This goes on for some time. Maybe I saw it wrong, but I don't remember Tarzan's treehouse being this big. The creature that killed Tarzan's parents and Colin Kurchak's kid is a joke in this game. That's kind of insulting. Even in the Tarzan PlayStation game, Sabor's harder. I know this game was made all the way back in 2002, but could they not have Sabor's eyes closed? How embarrassing. Game can't have Tarzan speak monkey without making him look like he's swearing. What the heck?
Friends, here.
Even though Tarzan's been mostly repeating what Sora's been saying, Sora takes Tarzan's word here. Characters scream at each other cliche. These guys can make an ether? Professor Porter really is a genius. Jane got this slide from another world. It's hard to say on these hippos. I see why the gorillas don't talk. Sora wouldn't understand them, but they have Tarzan talking to them without Sora understanding him, so what's the difference? Either Turk has super reaction time, or Clayton's gun is slow.
How could you do such a thing?
Audio jump scare.
You are not to go near the gorillas again.
I know we're not supposed to feel bad for Clayton here, but the game's acting like we're supposed to feel sorry for Clayton, who you're not meant to sympathize with. That's something you cannot do. Did they just show the life from Sabor's point of view as she died? That's morbid. In the movie, Jane did something during the climax, but now she does nothing. Thanks a lot, Turk. All Clayton uses on his own is his gun. Didn't he also use knives? Clayton's death is lame compared to in the movie. And how do they make being crushed to death lame? I've heard this is Kurchak's way of thanking us, but couldn't he have found a less dangerous way of doing that?
Tarzan home.
Why couldn't we see more of this part?
No heart, no see friends. No heart, no friends.
Isn't that redundant? I don't remember anything in the movie that implied that Turk is attracted to ducks.
Yes, the princesses.
Speaking of which...
This confused me, even by KH standards. Alice isn't a princess. I know what they mean now, but please be a bit more specific here. I despise this cliche with a burning passion. Someone's in grave danger, but it's saved by something even worse. It's making it sound like the game thinks Alice should have been beheaded. I can barely see anything in this stupid dark area.
There's something about this musty place. Kyrie?
Sora?
What's the point of that? I'm surprised you think someone who talks is a Heartless. There are only 2 Heartless in the entire series that can talk from what I remember, neither of which you've met yet.
Riku!
Is that really the least awkward way you could have seen if he was real or not?
Just leave everything to me. I know this.
Character says they can handle this, only to find out that the person they're bragging to can handle it better cliche.
Catch.
Wouldn't Sora's Keyblade just rematerialize into his hand anyway? That's how Keyblades work.
No, he can't come.
Don't be stupid. At least give us a reason why he can't. No wonder Riku turned evil. Opposite Armor used Flash Cannon. I really like this world's instrumental remix of Winnie the Pooh, but because of copyright, I have to audio swap it. I'll have to do the same in Atlantica and Halloween Town. Pooh's not very smart, but he sure knows how to build a house. These Heartless somehow know how to enter tournaments, and even after dying, they're still alive in the tournament, just lower rank. Monkey and Magic? That's a dumb name.
Don't steep yourself in darkness too long.
I wonder if Jafar will stay in darkness too long. Jasmine worded this poorly. She sounds like she's saying Jafar helped her even though Aladdin did. This summon shows Simba as king even though Scar's king at the time. Was it that easy to escape a quicksand pit? It would make more sense if that's what he used his first wish on.
Wish number 1 coming right up.
Who are you and what have you done with Robin Williams?
She could never fall for a guy like me.
In the movie, she seemed to like you for who you were before your prince wish.
It's always 3 wishes, then back to my portable prison.
What's to stop Aladdin from rubbing the lamp again for another 3 wishes after his final wish?
I'm so sorry, Aladdin.
What did you even do? I hate Pot Centipede. It's quite strange that breaking this pillar triggers a cutscene that has nothing to do with it. Not only can multiple people go in this cave that only Aladdin's allowed in, but now they're literally referencing the scene where Abu touches the treasure, and instead of destroying the cave, it opens a passageway. Now they're getting their facts wrong on purpose.
Genie, my second wish, crush them!
You know, for a long time, I've been wondering, what if Genie did grant Jafar's wishes? Will the lamp zap him or something? Jafar's now an all-powerful genie, yet all he does is throw lava rocks at us. I do like this platforming gimmick though. Iago's clearly knocked out. We can just grab the lamp and chop Jafar right now. We're down on Goofy. Oh wait, they just popped right in. I'd said how this animation doesn't look as cool because the beam of light doesn't go into the keyhole, but this animation does, so I'm taking some off. This escape mission is so easy, and the Cave of Wonders is still intact next time we enter it. This idiot poop face trusts his screams.
Why are you doing all this for me? What's the catch?
To help them. Duh!
Hello, Piglet. How have you been?
You'd think Pooh would be more excited to find his best friend, who's been really upset about his disappearance. It's so easy to fall off the tree. Gravity defying whale. Sora has plenty of time to escape, but lets Monstro eat him. Riku's wanted to get off the island ever since he was little, but earlier, Carrie said Riku's changed by saying this, which was much more recent.
Where are we anyway?
You just got swallowed by a whale. Where else would you be?
Oh, it's just Pinocchio.
How do you know his name? The only other time you met him was in that miserable cutscene in Traverse Town, which I went for 10 whole years not knowing it was even there.
With this, we can get out of here, Father.
How would you know what that's used for? Child wonders out while a parent isn't looking cliche. Sora finds Pinocchio, then just turns around without checking to make sure Pinocchio's following him. This looks cool, but I don't remember this scenery anywhere inside Monstro in the movie. Also, this world has the least references to its source material out of any world in the game. The identical scenery makes it easy to get lost, just like in Deep Jungle and Atlantica.
Please, give me back my son.
Sorry, old man.
Nomura must have decided, hey, remember how Ocarina of Time also had a level take place inside a whale figure? Well, you repeatedly interacted with a jerk in that dungeon. Let's make Riku a child molester so that we can have a similar deal.
A puppet that's lost its heart to the heartless. Maybe it holds the key to helping Kairi.
How does that work?
Heart or no heart, at least he still has a conscience.
How did you know Jiminy's Pinocchio's conscience? Jiminy doesn't even have that much dialogue in here.
Jiminy, I'm not gonna make it.
How does that count as a lie? Pinocchio's nose only grows when he lies. Not when he says untrue things he thinks are true.
Then you leave me no choice.
Are we going to fight him now? Nope. We have to wait a few more hours, as the same boss we fought last time comes in from who knows where, just with a few differences. Even though Monstro is the movie's villain, we had to wait 11 years for the HD collection to fight Monstro in Birth by Sleep's final mix. True, we're inside him, but come on.
And her heart was...
Taken by the heartless, no doubt. Now, I'll grant you a marvelous gift. The power to control the heartless.
Riku doesn't find that suspicious. Wow, Rabbit, you're a jerk. Your friend can be stuck forever and all you care about is whether or not you can use one of your doors. I mean, yeah, carrots are healthy for you, but if only losing weight that fast was that simple.
This will be my new birthing ground.
And of course he chooses this of all places he could. Okay, there aren't many choices now, but still. I'll put Pooh in more danger of being stuck forever just to explain what carrots look like when they're ruined. Sorry, but I'm agreeing with Sora. Eeyore isn't drowning with his face submerged in the water like this. Donald is a jerk to Sebastian for literally no reason. It's fun teaming up with Ariel, but when could she fight?
As long as I have my trident, I will not tolerate those creatures inside this palace.
It's crawling with Heartless. Your throne room's safe.
We came to find the keyhole.
For someone obsessed with this stupid royal order, Goofy can't keep quiet about the keyhole.
You are not to leave the palace.
If you're concerned about the Heartless attacking Ariel, why can't you just whip up some magic force field that protects her from all dangers? Your trident has all the power of the 7 seas. You could probably do that.
Perhaps I'm being too strict.
Jeez, you think? How can we pull this rock? This dolphin's hard to stay on. Sora just stays put when a shark attacks. The instead of just calling to her from the entrance like a good father, Triton comes up behind Ariel and shouts like someone playing a mean prank. I'll admit, this scene was worse in the movie, because that scene made King Triton look like an unlikable monster, regardless of his intentions, and completely undermined one of the movie's most beloved songs. But come on!
You're not from another ocean. You're from another world.
See? Triton knows about other worlds, and nothing's happening.
Maybe she can be of some help.
Pronoun game. King Triton left his all-powerful trident unguarded.
We cannot find the keyhole. The keyhole is not here.
Thanks for repeating what we heard 2 seconds ago.
Your time has come!
Sebastian would never say something that dark. Donald's face. I hate this fight. Ursula's blasted eels get in the way. You stupid party members keep attacking her, triggering her spin attack. You have to keep running out of magic trying to find out however the heck much magic you should use at what time. And after turning her magic against her, she somehow manages to hide. Isn't it obvious where the keyhole is? Triton said the crystal trident revealed something which was in your grotto. Tigra and Rue are bouncing off this teeter-totter making it move. But then Tigra jumps on the end. It doesn't move at all. What does this minigame have to do with bouncing? This world seems an instrumental version of This Is Halloween. I can't play the song on its own for copyright reasons, but this is one of many examples of this game's amazing soundtrack, and I'll take off Sims for every amazing song.
My devices are always perfect.
Superiority complex.
The heartless need a heart.
How are you able to get those heartless out there to help you back there if you couldn't control them yet? How do you expect to make all heartless help you? Or do you plan on repeatedly going out and getting the same ingredients? Was it too expensive to simply emit another beam of light coming out of Sora's Keyblade? They show it plenty of times in the game.
What's this Heartless doing here?
You knew what they were doing not even a minute ago.
Hope and despair.
I fail to see how a snake would represent hope, other than giving us this interesting shot. CinemaSins send the movie for this. How come Zero becomes a ghost when he dies, but Jack becomes an animated corpse?
All we need now is your memory.
You heard you were missing some ingredients. And thank you for worrying us into thinking you were actually going to wipe your own friend's memory. That's so annoying. Assaulting the elderly. 12 seconds of walking across the hill bridge. If you go into this one-way hole, then you have to go all the way back here. Lockshot and Barrel managed to stay ahead of us with their slow as heck bathtub. Child abuse. Okay, they deserve it, but child abuse.
You want it?
It's yours, my friend. Whatever you do not hit the switch by the raised platform, because he'll be much harder to reach. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty awesome boss fight. However, after this, you can't go to Oogie's Manor anymore. What a letdown! Couldn't this keyhole have been hidden better? I mean, I understand this was somewhat well hidden, but couldn't they hide the world's weak point better? I'm surprised Pooh even knows who people are. He only knows 2 humans, Sora and Christopher Robin, who wasn't even mentioned in the entire Kingdom Hearts series. Sora just walked through these plants before actually moving them aside. Yeah, Al must have been going in and out of this cave for you to follow him in, right? Couldn't Pooh just walk through the log? That would probably be easier. Looks like he could fit through. The torn page turned into an EXP ring, so it's no longer one of the pages in the book, yet the book still functions properly.
I'm so glad we're all together again.
Except for Gopher and Kanga, but they'll appear in the sequel. This is actually a pretty emotional scene. And now we just messed with the cover. Hook's ship was in space, now it's on water. Seriously? We don't get to be in much of Neverland.
How come you can fly?
Buy the book Peter and the Starcatchers and you'll find out.
Anyone can fly.
Liar.
Leave all the dead weight behind, including her.
One less person won't make much of a difference. Besides, the ship's flowing fine even with all this dead weight.
The Heartless have devoured that girl's heart. I'll stake me other hand it's lost forever.
Then I hope you've practiced not having hands. It's so stupid that you can't use Trinity marks unless the world's party members switched out.
But you won't be going there.
Didn't you question Maleficent's plans like 10 minutes ago?
What is Maleficent planning anyway?
Now you're still going along with Maleficent's evil plans?
The Keyblade? Or the plank?
You've slain tons of Heartless. These guys are nothing. Captain Hook can't fly. How do they mess that up? Hook can stay ahead of a crocodile in the water.
If you believe, you can do anything, right?
Sure, if I just believe, I can jump off a cliff and fly without any help, and convince the Pokemon Sword and Shield haters to stop being toxic. This is more of a sin on the movie than on this game, but I've been to London, and while Big Ben's definitely big, it's not that huge. This part somewhat gets me on a personal level. The movie involved a moral about growing up, and I was 13 when I first played the game, and just 1 semester from going to high school. And this is the final Disney World in the game, and combined with this beautiful track, it could represent a time of my life where I had to grow up. I don't always think of that whenever I hear this song, but I should remove some sins here. Donald is a jerk to Peter and Wendy. Sure, you won't go easy on us, which is why you leave yourself wide open during the battle. I love how Phil basically rooted against Hercules.
If we stick together, we're unbeatable. Not even Hercules stands a chance.
You won without them. Saving this world was optional? This story feels cliched. Can you imagine how awesome it would be if we took Hook's ship to Hollow Bastion like Riku did?
How'd you get here?
I simply believed.
That makes no sense. Sora's equipped Keyblade reverts to normal when Riku has it. Gengar Trio rejects. Our one sword still uses magic? Our non-Keyblade sword can't kill Heartless, but every party member can? Maleficent opened these gates for us. So the princesses didn't have to be princesses, they're names for 7 pure hearts. The original 3, I understand. Kairi, maybe, but Alice threatened to crush the singing flowers for being obnoxious to her. Granted, they deserve it, but still. Belle disobeyed Beast, and even Lumiere, and snuck into the West Wing, and later implied she'd probably rather have her father thrown into an asylum than to marry Gaston. And most infuriatingly and inexcusable of all, Jasmine basically told Aladdin to commit suicide by jumping off the balcony. They're good people, but pure hearts? That's an outright lie. What a ripoff! Goofy, who stood motionless until Dark Faraga almost hit Sora, somehow blocked the Mega Destruction Dark Ball of Darkness and Destruction.
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart!
I hope you're kidding. How can you destroy evil with just your heart? If we didn't get the Keyblade back, you'd be creamed. Weaving kicks look silly. You'll die a lot on this lift. The princesses need to be in these fancy containers, but Kairi's laying on the floor?
Me, the mistress of all evil!
Not this franchise. Maleficent needed her heart unlocked to become a dragon, but not birthed by sleep.
Kairi's heart rests within you.
Kairi's inside me?
This fight. I'm gonna get laughed at, but I found this moment kinda sad.
Sora!
I might also get mocked for finding this heart-wrenching too. Oh, there you are! Where were you in the cutscenes? I forgot you were here! Or move sense for this scene too, because it's very romantic, and because I need an excuse to keep this game's sin count from going too
When
high.
I turned into a Heartless.
Sora wastes precious time talking to Leon, Yuffie, and Aerith before sealing the keyhole. I know that Galactos, Kurt Caesar, was named after someone who won a contest, but Heartless get to have human names? Casting Stop on Big Ben is a clever mechanic, but it gets tedious. The citizens of London must be freaking out seeing flames on Big Ben. Hades, one of the Disney villains plotting against us, is optional and fought after we defeat Maleficent, the leader. Paragaball damaged him? I think that'll heal him. Why is Rock Titan attacking its master? He has one attack. Even Hercules was harder. That's somewhat creepy. They cut One-Winged Angel's awesome intro. Game gives us a glimpse of Kingdom Hearts 3's gummy ship designs.
But if we do beat him, and all these worlds become restored and disconnected, what's gonna happen to this place?
It'll become the most forgotten world in the Kingdom Hearts series. Nice choice the Invisibles have. Were they designed by the people who make cardboard boxes? Sometimes level grinding takes too long. Game predicted phase from Prime 3. What's the point of this gummy block? We don't need to use it anymore. I don't remember seeing this at all in Hollow Bastion. The even bigger bad than Maleficent, and he pretty much does nothing other than fight us and then completely disappear once he's defeated. He's not even in Jiminy's journal. This enemy gauntlet's way too long.
I am Sam?
Did they seriously reuse a Goofy voice clip from earlier during this horror moment? The EXP necklace is unneeded if we've already beaten this boss. Well, this contrast is pretty frightening. Didn't this water just turn purple? Now it's suddenly blue again. Barriers of plot convenience. Seriously? Darkseid? He's pathetic by now.
Within it lies the heart of all worlds. Kingdom Hearts.
Roll credits. Okay, to be fair, I bet a lot of you expected that. Down on Goofy falling like this kind of breaks up the mood of this boss. Just a little. I do love the different colored HP system, but sometimes it's really hard to tell how much health enemies have since they only show 5 health bars. I would sin the fact that this is an 11 phase final boss, but this boss is still a pretty epic final fight, so I'm gonna take off 4 sins. This already long phase is almost the same phase as the 4th phase. Wait, the Door to Darkness is the same door to Kingdom Hearts? Are they saying Kingdom Hearts is the realm of darkness? How is Kingdom Hearts light if it's a realm of darkness? I'm giving 5 cents for saying something this stupid. Is Goofy just realizing that now? He just saw them 10 seconds ago. I doubt it's possible for Riku to pull this door closed without crushing his fingers. Come on, Mickey can kill these Darksides instantly?
Take care of her.
Zoro wastes precious time just to nod to Riku. Pinocchio's a real boy despite lying earlier after being given a last chance. There's only 2 represented Disney Worlds in the credits besides this Princess of Hearts scene. How did we get here? Pluto makes a big mistake giving Sora this letter. Roxas never said, "Where's Sora?" when fighting Riku. Game advertised the battle we wouldn't be part of until 7 years later, and it wasn't as epic as it looked.
Open the door. Lead me into everlasting darkness.